Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
I'm
All right.
excited for today.
What's that? Excuse
I'm
me?
excited.
Oh, yeah.
It's nice to wake up and be excited for what you're doing.
Exactly. Every day is like that. Every day. Ooh, GJ is at a 4-hour support. Very strong support. Very, very strong support. Let's drop down to the... So basically, 1 hour is just ranging here. We got support at 131,600. 131, 900. It's a 30 pip range here. Yeah, I wouldn't really touch GJ. I'm only going to be focused on gold and USDJPY. Let's take a look at gold here. This level here at 1509, this is a very strong resistance, because this was a strong resistance on the 26th September last week, and now, you know, like, I think with FOMC we had two predictions. Either price is going to come down to till 1484, breaking the support at 1497. This is a very strong support too, or heading up to fill this wick at 1520. So that's like another $9-10 move for gold. Yep, another $9-10 move for gold. There haven't been any hints either, like what's it going to do. I mean, UJ is completely opposite to gold. Completely opposite. You just got a wick to fill to the downside. Gold's got a wick to fill to the upside. UJ is also at a major, like, is a very strong support. That's a support area here. Looking at gold weekly. If this weekly goes bearish, then gold is in a downtrend, but I don't know why they pulled it up. It went all the way down, and then they pulled it right back up from 1460. Yeah,
It's been a crazy week for gold.
Yep.
It's like 100 pips every day because of news that usually isn't even relevant, like to move it that much.
Yeah, it's been it's moved pretty violently. NFP idea. Previous numbers were 130 below the forecast. This month US expecting better numbers on 140. In case news are positive, I have a feeling it will be 150 plus. Yeah, I was looking at that too. I mean, the forecast isn't off by much. You know, like it's within the same vicinity. See, like the previous was 130, they're expecting 145. So I mean, either can be really, really good numbers, like you're right, 150 plus, or they're going to be within this vicinity. I don't think they're going to be bad though. Just gotta wait. GJ buys above 131 would look good, but hey, it's NFP. I'm pretty sure no one's here for GJ. Everyone's here for gold and UJ, and some people who trade EU. Your USD is mad. EJ is still ranging. Wow, look at that 4-hour. That is so dirty. How do you trade that 4-hour? I'll tell you how you trade that 4-hour. You draw channels like this. Once you draw channels like this, I used to draw channels like these too. Then you start going away from chart hygiene. You know, you see this? This is bad chart hygiene. This is a chart who hasn't taken a shower yet. So, yeah, you can't trade this. This gets really, really hard to trade. Really hard to trade. Back in the day, I would look at this and I'd go to the 30-minute and then I'd draw channels, you know, and then I'd say, oh, it's easy. Just buy and sell, you know, like buy from the bottoms and sell from the tops. Yeah, I've done some pretty dumb things. What pair are we looking at? I like this question when guys say we. Who is we?
Who is we?
There's no we. There's me and you. I've taken like 5 trades this week. 2 on Monday. No, 3 on Monday. 1 was the gold sells. And then 2 yesterday. I lost 1 and won 1. Yeah, it's going to be interesting because at the same time they're doing unemployment rate too. So right, and I mean it hasn't really changed. Expecting the same numbers to happen. I mean they've been the same for the last 2-3 months. Expecting the same numbers to happen here though. But if they're the same numbers, that's good for the dollar too. You know, if the news comes as expected or it comes like more, that's always good for the dollar. So if this also comes good, man, gold is gonna die. And this weekly can flip actually bearish. This weekly right here on gold. We were talking about this yesterday too. This could flip bearish. The only thing with the daily is that the daily broke this 1483 level, this support area, which was really, really, really strong. Like that area is being held since the 13th of August. You know, it's like 2 months ago. Broke it, came back up. So I mean, if this move down was a fake out, then daily is gonna come up to 1520 and then all the way to 1530. You know, but now this area is very strong where it's at. This resistance, damn strong, really strong. Look at that. This rejection, rejection, rejection. This area here, rejection. What's this? GJ, 32 pip range, break below for sells, break above for buys. Yep, looks good. Looking for buys in GJ, I might even yeah, you know. Above 131,900 would be better. Like I was thinking above this area here, above 750, but 900 would be safer. Gold has been messy the last few days. Gold has been great for the last few days. Because gold has been going up. It's just been bullish. You know, if you've been thinking where gold's gonna go, then you're obviously gonna lose. But when you see where gold is heading and you just trade what you see, you're just gonna win. You know, that's the problem. Because gold was heading up and a lot of people started thinking it's gonna come down and they tried to short gold. But, you know, gold doesn't care for human life. Gold just keeps going. This is the pre-game for the real game. Like, you know how they have like small games just before like a big game? That's what it is right now. Just like small games happening.
Hello, hello, hello. Morning, morning, morning.
Hey, good morning. Salim?
Yeah, are you?
How are you, man?
Yeah, I'm good. On the way home.
Nice. How are the roads today?
Yeah, it was good. training 40 people for the job. Yeah, it's good. EJ.
I always hear you talk about market fluidity, liquidity, traffic. Would you mind explaining that? Yeah, I mean, market fluidity, it's an idea. It's just a concept to be fluid, you know, that comes with the aspect of like knowing what's happening, knowing when the candles are closing, knowing when the candles are closing, what other higher time frame candles are closing. You know, all those things you put together and you become fluid in the market. It's like, you know, when you're waiting for a retest. If let's say gold is at a resistance, you're waiting for gold to come down. Now you can do two things. Either you can sell right now when the candles are bullish, there's still 2 hours left for the 4 hour candle to close, or you can say, okay, you know what, I'm going to wait for the high time frame candle to close and see if I can get some more confirmations. You know, knowing when you're in a position and let's say you're in a buy, you know, and candles start to close bearish. Let's say on the 15 minute, they start to close bearish, you know, and now you need to be aware of the fact that if let's say the 30-minute candle has just started and the first 15-minute candle has turned bearish, it's closed bearish, then there's a higher chance that the next 30-minute candle is going to close bearish as well, because now you got one extra 15-minute candle left. Right? So when you truly identify those little things in the market, you start taking less losses. You know, that's really important. That's what I've like really trained myself to do, because now when I take a trade and if I see that, okay, the 15-minute has turned bearish and the 30-minute is also kind of turning bearish, I'm going to exit the trade, because I don't want trade to hit my 10 pip stop. I want to get out of the trade when I see those small, you know, those small turnarounds in the charts or in the candles, like which tell me, hey, you know, maybe your idea is wrong or you're too early. So, you know, like when you really understand those little minute things, you start to take less losses. Like, you know, you're more fluid, you're more patient. But it all comes with time. You know, like it all comes with time. Because yesterday I took a gold buy. I had a buy stop actually. Yesterday I had a buy stop on gold. I think it was somewhere here. Yeah, it was somewhere here. 1504, 50, 60 or whatever. It got activated and then I looked at the 15-minute. I think it was right about here. I see 15-minute rejecting, or it was somewhere here. I saw it rejecting and then I closed. I knew, you know, like my entry was too early and then price went up afterwards. But if I hadn't have closed, it would have came down and hit my 15 pip stop loss. But I closed at negative 10 pips. And then I was happy about it. I'm like, okay, perfect. But sometimes, you know, it also happens that when you close, as soon as you close, price just goes where you wanted it to go. That also happens. So whenever you're taking profits, whenever you're closing positions in like a small loss or whatever, you have to understand that, hey, like, you know what, if I close, I understand the fact that it can go where I want it to go. You know, when you accept that, then you start getting less emotional. That's very important. You know, less emotions, because as soon as you close, price goes where you wanted it to go. You enter, now you've entered late. So now you stand a chance to have being in a drawdown. So it doesn't make any sense. You know, so whenever you're trading with no emotions. You are accepting all possible outcomes. Right? But the only thing you're doing in trading is you're preserving capital. You know, you're making sure you're not losing more than what you're supposed to lose. You know, that's most important. Like, a lot of times I just sit back and watch moves happen. You know, and at first I used to get a lot of FOMO that, oh man, shit, I'm missing this move. But now I sit back and if I see, okay, this move's gonna happen, but I'm not comfortable in taking it, but it does happen, that's a learning opportunity for the next time it shows up. You know, because when the next time it happens, then I can turn around and say, okay, hey, you know what? I saw this happen like twice. So I've seen this, I recognize this, I know this, and then I'm gonna execute on it. You know, and then obviously every move is gonna have a probability of a win. You know, at the same time, it's gonna have a probability of a loss, right? what happens when you lose it? When you lose that trade, then you're like, okay, well, you know, I took my trade, I followed my plan, I saw the confirmations, and I executed, and I lost. You know, then you're like, okay, you know what? That's fine. I lost. At least I tried. At least I took the trade. Because look at it this way: if you take the same trade, you know, if you take the same trade 50 times, don't you think that your number of winning trades are going to be more than the number of losing trades? Keeping aside all the times you like overtrade and over risk, and when you take those dumb trades in ranges and when you're not supposed to trade, right? You're going to have more wins than losses, you know. But it just takes that time. Like, so yesterday I was having this conversation with a friend of mine, right? And we were discussing how to take like wick entries. Wick entries are, let's say price moved up, you know, and you took a sell and you got the exact wick entry. And I'm like, man, listen, there's no rhyme or reason for those wick entries. Like, I mean, sure, you can look at the higher time frame, you know, like let's say like this. You can look at the higher time frame and then you can like take a wick entry. I'll tell you how guys take wick entries on Instagram. Let me tell you this. So when price is going up, they'll take a sell. You know, they'll take a sell right over here. All right, fuck it. Let me just put this range up first, and then I'm gonna show you how to take wick entries and then post it on Instagram. So let's say you have this $40 range. You have this $40 range. First, what's going to happen is you're going to look at this wick and price starts to go up. Price starts to go up. You're like, okay, when price reaches this area, you blast off a sell. You know, and then what happens? Price goes up, hits your stops, you blast off another sell, and then you blast off another sell and another sell, and you keep blasting off sells until you get the best sell. You know, when you get the best sell, what you do is you remove the rest of the sells, right? And of course, like you're trading on not a real account, or you know, you got a small lot running. You either hide the lot or you just keep the best sell on, and then you post it. You're like, oh, look guys, look at my system. You know, look left. Look, I waited all this time, and then I saw price reaching the top, and then I hit sell, and I knew as soon as I hit sell, price is going to retrace. And look guys, I'm the best. You know, you're not Houdini. So I mean, trying to learn how to take wick entries, that's also really bad, because like when you try to like perfect taking these wick entries, your losing percentage is way higher than the winning percentage. You know, like it can't work. It's very hard. You know, so that's why I'll just stick to something really easy, really simple. Like having wick entries is awesome, trust me, it's amazing, best feeling in the world. But like, how many times are you gonna get those perfect entries? That's the thing. It's doable, but if you took 50 trades, how many times of those 50 trades will you get the exact wick entries? I say it's pretty less.
Hey, Rakeel.
Hey, Felix.
How are you, man?
Good, man. How are you?
Good. And just chiming in on that then. So what do you think of using limits? I don't use them, but I know some people do.
Yeah.
Kind of the same, right? Like just putting your limit on, you know, some sort of support or resistance where you think price is going to reverse.
Yeah, limits work too, but at the same time, now when you're looking at limits, you know, then you're saying, okay, so let's say if gold broke above this resistance, right? And then you're gonna say, okay, so if I go up to look left, I see that maybe this is an area where it might come into and reject it. So then you're gonna place a limit in this area. But the stop is gonna be, of course, it's gonna be a wide stop.
Okay.
Yeah, because if you have a limit with a 10-15 pip stop on gold while it's moving one way, you know, there's a very high chance it's gonna just tap it.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah, so
I don't know a lot of people that use them, but there's somebody that does it regularly. I don't know if it's in our group. So I'm interested because I've seen them before and I've used them when I started trading once in a while.
yeah.
you know, like it's getting that weak entry, right? That sniper entry where you just put the limit at the right spot and
Yeah.
it's but
Yeah.
again, I didn't like the percentages.
It's mostly on higher time frame zones. Like let's say if price spikes down and you're looking at market structure, the most recent candles you see that tapped in zones were right over here. Right, so there's a higher chance when price comes down that it's gonna, like, you know, tap this area and retrace up. So yeah, that's how, like, we used to use limits like around like 2 years ago just to get those wick entries, right? But the losing percentage was just too high because you're counting on the fact for price to reject the zone.
Yeah.
Right. Sometimes it's gonna go like deeper in the zone. Sometimes it's just gonna tap it. Sometimes it just misses it. You know. So it was always like a hit and a miss, but it always looked good. That was good.
But like looking at, you know, we were just looking at GJ.
Yeah.
I've been looking at GJ. Right. That 4 hour support is super strong, right?
Yo, it's breaking.
Oh well, that I just jinxed it, I guess.
Yeah. So now when it's coming down, and if you also, oh god damn, it's moving really fast. So now there's a chance that might leave a wick in this area here.
Yeah.
Man, what's happening here? Oh wow, this thing is dropping.
Morning.
Hey, good morning.
Dropping.
This,
I just wait for a close. Because
wow.
next thing you know, it weeks back up, right?
Yeah, because this is the first 5-minute candle of the hour too.
Hey Rakeel,
Hey,
you know what they also do as well?
what?
Let's just say you do your analysis on a higher time frame. They scale down to like the 15 and the 5 minutes, and they look for engulfing patterns.
Okay.
And then on the higher time frame, it looks like a wick.
Yes. See, now with gold scares me a lot with retracements because you never know there's going to be that big candle that's just going to go boom. Because look at this gold 5-minute candle, 45 pips. God damn. Can you please look at my first trade of the day? Break of support, bearish candle, closing nice. It's pretty good. Maybe have a stop above the 30-minute candle there, because now if it's heading down, it's breaking the structure, it should continue moving. What is GJ? It's a currency pair.
Hey, Baja.
Hey, hello.
How are you doing, Raja? Good morning.
Good, man. Juan. Good, how are you?
Bro, in this case, I got a question on GJ. See, this broken. Didn't have any confirmation for taking a sell, right?
No, it just,
Because it was at support.
yeah, it just fell.
I think there was some confirmation. If you go to 1 hour,
Okay.
I'll just annotate here and I'll explain my biases here. So I was watching GJ from London session and it was ranging, but if you look, just 1 second.
The only way I don't see any confirmation was because of this support at 131,600.
Yeah, if you look at 1 hour, there was this minor support right here,
Yeah.
and then 1 hour respected. So this candle tried to go up and close below that support.
Yeah.
And this one closed below and it formed a resistance, and then the next one closed bearish and it closed below all the previous ones. And if you go into 15-minute chart now, you can see that it was making lower highs and lower lows, the price, and then the previous 15-minute candle closed below all the candles there. And my confirmation was 5-minute actually. If you go on the 5-minute too.
Oh, you took the sell?
No, I didn't take it because I'm waiting only for
Wow. Come
NFP.
on.
So if you look at the
Should have taken the sell.
5 minutes, yeah, this was the support on the 1 hour, 4 hours, the strong support. So this candle closed bearish, and then the next one tried to go all the way up and it closed below the support. So yeah, I knew that it's going to break the support very hard.
Yeah, I guess if there was enough trust, then you should have taken the trade.
And if you look at
damn.
if you look at the 4 hour, the previous 4 hour closed bearish as well, and it never the price never went above it, you know. So this is how I saw GG today. I didn't take the sale though.
Oh, should have said something earlier.
What's up, ladies?
Hey, what's up, Alex?
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Hello, Alex. Hey, Alex.
Coach.
Hey, what's up?
Look at GCAT 3 a.m., son.
Again?
Look at GCAT 3 a.m., son.
Oh,
Damn,
yeah,
bitch.
reversed.
Look at that baby.
Nice. This is something to watch for now for next week.
Bro, listen, I'm telling you, coach, I backtested this. It's like 80%, bro. Trust me. Barely goes back. That's what I caught. I send it on the chat.
Nice. Yeah, you probably caught that like every day this week.
Yeah, I told you, coach. Yo, especially you, coach, that you like to get like 10 pips and out. If you do that strategy at 3, bro, you'll guarantee 10 pips every day, coach. I can't close at 10 pips, you know, so, but you for sure.
Yeah, that's true. We'll have to look into that. 3 a.m. here. Last time, 3 a.m. here. Went down and reversed. 3 a.m. here was coming down and then reversed.
Good, man. That's why I don't trade New York anymore. I just do London.
Oh, really? Nice. And then you just try to hold it.
To learn.
GJ FOMO. Yeah, I think FOMO is non-existent now. I think one main reason is because like I've been doing New York for like a full year every day, so there's no FOMO. Like I've seen more times that price really moves even after I miss it. So it's that comfort now.
What's up, vegan? Hot dog? Bro, vegan, just wake up for London with me, bro. I'll give you a trade and you'll win.
Morning, Alex.
Morning, morning, morning. Yo, I lost my hair tie, bro. Jesus Christ. All this beautiful silky hair is gonna be on the screen.
Hey, would it be a bad idea to set a buy and a stop limit? See whichever it hits, but have it very close. Yeah, I think it's going to be a bad idea. I think that's going to be an idea where you have no plan. Because like when you talk about buy stops and sell stops, you need to say exact price where you're going to have them. How far you're going to have them. Will it be 15 pips away from market price or 20 pips away? Why is that? You know, so all these intricacies.
Coach, you know when you say like when you enter a trade, you should have a set stop loss and a TP set. So important. Like I got out at 6,400. That was my target. It tapped it and then shot up again.
Oh, nice. It's very good.
Thanks to you, bro.
How big was the spread, if you don't mind me asking? I was curious.
Yeah.
For what, GCAD?
No, the one that your trade that you just described.
Oh, to be honest, bro, I guess I should be more aware. But when I enter a trade, I don't really like, because at the time I enter, the spreads aren't high, like it's London time. If I were to enter between 12 p.m. and 5 p.m., then that's when the spreads kill me. So the spreads were like, let me see what they were. They were like,
go ahead.
It says here 30.
Oh.
Oh, wow. 30? Wow.
Yeah, right now it's at 30.
Oh, okay. But before you probably, I think it was probably smaller than that.
Yeah,
that's
of course.
the thing when I noticed when you're trying to get into a trade. I mean, that is the only reason why you draw them because the damn spreads are so high, right?
Oh, on GCAD?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but trust me, fam. At London time, that shit is super slow.
Yeah.
Because as soon as I enter, I'm in profit already. Because I have no drawdown, and if it would have been a bigger spread, I would have been in drawdown. You understand?
Yeah, and that's what. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Those spreads is what kills you.
My GCAD.
Your analysis could be right, but you being drawn in for maybe like
Yes,
say
yes,
like 5 minutes or whatever, and it's just like
Exactly.
no, your analysis is correct. It's just like kind of frustrating.
That's why I haven't upped my lots yet, because mentally, like I risk $1 per pip. Mentally, I wouldn't be able to handle like a bigger lot drawdown, like $300 compared to like $30 maybe.
Yeah.
That's so like the only time I'm gonna up my lots is when I get better at sniper entries. When I start getting better at entries with no drawdown, that's when my sign to me to up my lots.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Ooh, someone took a sell on USD CAD. Nice. I think before NFP, if you put your stops at break even, it's going to be good. Man, that GJ push came hard. New 15-minute candle forming. Alex is a GPCAD warrior. What if you put like pending orders on GPCAD? Maybe that could work. UJ is bearish. Man, this report is, I don't know what they're gonna do with this report. Pushing UJ down. UJ is so bearish. What if it just comes down and taps this wick? Taps the wick and pulls all the way back up. Same thing happens with gold. Gold goes up, fills this wick at like 1519, like 1518, 1520, and then just drops.
morning, guys. What's up?
Hey, what's up?
I'm waiting for the NFP.
I'm
hoping I won't get slipped. Last 3 trades I've traded, all slip.
yeah. So that means let's not trade NFP.
Yeah, I'm thinking about that.
Hey, the website is down, man. What's going on?
Really?
Yeah.
Let me check.
Oh, it was Journal Forex. I was doing Journal FX.
It should be working. I didn't check how many users I have.
Oh man. If gold falls, sell stops at like 1507.50. Perfect. It's just gonna die.
So, Raja, you believe that gold is gonna go back down?
I believe it's gonna either go up to 1520 or it's gonna go back down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we can't know.
Yeah. Because I hate thinking. Yeah. With news, it involves a lot of thinking. No thinking. But like, if you look at it from a technical perspective, technically it should resist this resistance. You know, which would make sense because then the numbers are going to be high. NFP numbers, and
coach, we got CAD news at the same time.
CAD news at the same time, and we got Rosenberg speaking too, and then we got Powell speaking later on. But I do believe numbers are going to be good. That's what I believe. They'll have good numbers, and there will be a crazy fucking spike on gold, but gold will eventually fall.
What do you think about the gold is on some kind of resistance now? To take not swing, not a scalp, some swing scalp sell. Put the stop loss, I don't know, above the resistance at, let me say, 1511.
When? Like right now?
Right now and wait.
I don't know.
If it shoots up, it should close that stop loss.
I don't know, because if it shoots up, your stop loss might get slipped 20, 30, 40 pips.
And then I'm fucked up, yeah.
Yeah, it's a big problem then,
I'm looking at this right now. Don't you think it's consolidating?
Like, oh yeah.
Even it's consolidating. So like, remember that book that you're talking about, 10 Essential something of Forex, whatever?
Yeah.
The more it consolidates, the more it's most likely going to shoot up.
Yeah.
So I guess there's a bit of a case to that, right?
Well, the harder it consolidates, the harder it breaks one way. Yeah.
It is uptrend.
Oh yeah, it's gonna.
Coach, the Jeevan did call 1510 sales, and it's already over there. My God, what a beast!
What a beast. 1510. Tell Jeevan to look left, and he'll see its fucking resistance too.
You mean you don't buy resistance?
Where is Jeevan today?
He just went to bed, Coach.
Oh.
I mean, not bed. He's working. I'm sorry. He couldn't trade today because he's at work.
Do you think I get slipped because of my brokerage? I see markets. You've been talking yesterday. It's been worse than last year.
I think everybody gets slipped, bro.
Yeah, everybody gets slipped.
I always
I think that's how brokers got like.
Man, Ted gets slipped on his own brokerage.
Okay.
I get slipped. Everybody gets slipped. It's just a big party when everyone gets slipped. Good morning. Any open positions? Question mark.
Wow, really?
Oh, highly focused is back today. What about GJ? It looks like it's wicking up hard from solid support zone to possibly head up. Yeah, it's possible. Just gotta wait to see how this 30-minute candle closes.
bullish so far. If you look at the lower time.
One reason I don't get FOMO is because if I get FOMO, then I become the wick. You know, like some people may be sold right down here and now they're the wick.
Yeah, I was thinking to sell, but 15 minutes is not enough, so I was waiting for 30 minutes now, and always. And that saved me so many times.
Yeah, I know, right?
When you said, just wait 15 more minutes.
Yeah,
okay, I'll try. Why not? And it worked out.
Look at this, 0 JPY, 4 hour. Oh, wow, look at that retracement. Holy GJ.
So that's why you guys wait for a close. You don't wait for a close, you're gonna get fucked.
Yeah. This is not manipulation. This is what GJ does. If someone thinks this is manipulation, in my humble opinion, you are wrong. This is what GJ does. See, now you gotta wait for it to close. If it closes above support, we're gonna head back up.
We're gonna head that way.
And then we're gonna get that shooting star pattern.
Yes.
Everybody looks.
Face down.
Well, it goes back to the theory of one candle is not confirmation of a drop or a push up. I think if you get used to saying that you know, there's sometimes where you can catch that move if you know everything is, you know, if you can get in and get out. But any sort of trend will always give you a lot of opportunity. Like, you'll never have to rush a trade. When the trend moves, the trend moves. And you'll see that like a lot of times here when we've been trading, like say gold's moved and then it's moved another like $3 or $4. So like you've never missed the move. So that's why you never really have to worry about it.
What are you expecting then? Buys or sell some gold?
I think buys.
Buys.
Yeah, it's interesting because gold, like when I looked at gold last night, I laughed to myself because yesterday's news created that huge, like weird candle on that has the wick all the way up to like 1519 and the wick at like 1499. So there's technically two zones now that gold can travel to. And I just sort of chuckled to myself because it was like anybody who's trying to predict NFP, you basically just got fucked. Because normally when you try to predict NFP, there's usually a telltale sign, like the institutions have done something. And you can see that, okay, this is sort of where we're heading because there's a huge zone that was tapped earlier in the week. And it looks like we're going to return there. But it's funny because now I look at it and it's like almost like they did this on purpose. But I mean, based on what I see here, I mean, if 1519 was premium price, then I think we start to trail down a bit. It's just at this point, I mean, I'm just gonna sit and watch. I don't like the structure on the weekly for gold because we went all the way to 1460 and then we went all the way to 1519 and now we're stuck in the middle at like 1510, 1509.
If you were stubborn and always buying gold, if you bought it up down there, you would be in profit.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I mean, it's just like I said. It just, for me, this is just foolery. There's, you know, you have indecision candles, but then, you know, like if all I do is I scan the higher time frames. The higher time frame did exactly what we thought was going to happen on the monthly. Remember we talked about that gold would probably tap to that upper region and then pull back.
Yeah.
So with that being said, if 1519 is premium price for sells, then gold is going to drop the rest of the month. And that's when we're going to get that drop into 1440. Because you can see, Rakeel's got it pulled up. Yeah, so if you see right now the way that the monthly candles form, right? So once again, when we look at this zone. You can see that the monthly candle has just tapped it. And when you look at, you know, other ideas, like say this one as an example, you see how it just taps it? Same thing here, it just taps it. So that's what I'm starting to think is going to happen. Because remember, when you look at the higher time frame, and you know, all this movement's going to take a week or two for it to form. But if you look at now, you see this pattern here, like you'll see what we got right here. So we have these three candles, like right here, right? And we see that. And you say to yourself, okay, well, how do I know what's going to happen next? So what I would do is I would go into like my 30-minute, my 5-minute, you know, maybe my hour, and I would look for this pattern, like this sort of setup where we have a resistance level and we have a couple of candles that hit the zone and now it's pulling away. And then I would take a look and I would say to myself, okay, what's happened in the smaller time frames in this kind of scenario over, say, I don't know, 10, 20, 100 days. Like I would go and look over the charts, like all the hour candles. I would go look over multiple hour candles that have this significant pattern that I'm seeing right now in the market. And then what I would say to myself is I'd say, okay, there was a massive rejection here. Why was there a massive rejection? And then what did the hour candle do? Did it drop down? Did it continue? Did it consolidate and break up further? What was usually the telltale sign? And you could do this on a simulator too. If you have a simulator, you could work on this as well, because then that would give you an idea to say, hey, if this is a massive area of rejection, this may be the last touch of that rejection, and now we start to trail back down, because we're looking over here as an example saying, hey, all this liquidity has been touched, right? So you turn around, if we look a little bit closer, what we can identify, give me a second here. What we can identify is the fact that we have this zone matches up with all this over here, right?
Yeah, but
yep.
Can I say something?
Of course.
If you look back at 2009-11, I think the 6th of the January or is the 1st of the June, it is on the same support resistance. The two candlesticks on the monthly were bearish, and then it flipped bullish and went up, and it's on the same zone as then. So it could be just, I don't know, the retest of the zone or something and continue up.
Oh no, there's no doubt. But what I'm saying is, if you believe that's the case, the problem is what'll be happening is you'll be trading right in this monthly zone. And if you're looking to go up, you'd have to drop into the smaller time frames, and it does make sense because right now we are trending bullish on the 4-hour, on the hourly, on the 30-minute, like everything's moving bullish. And then once again to that comment, if everything's going bullish right now, why do I think NFP is going to be negative for the US dollar? Because look, all you have to do is think, if we think like the institutions and we say, okay, we're at 1509. If we really thought that NFP was going to be bad, why aren't we at like 1506, 1503 to drive further up into that zone? Like, why are we so high right now? That's what I'm wrestling with in my mind, is why are we sitting at 1510 unless this is premium price to go to 1550 or 1600? But then even in my mind, it doesn't make sense, because why did we pull down at 1460 at the beginning of the week? Like, why did we do that? Why did we go to 1500 this week? Like, why did we go there, and why wouldn't we have sat there? Like, why are we driving? Yeah,
maybe it was a liquidity week to spike up and break the strong resistance. It could be.
Yeah,
so weekly flipped amazingly. So it could be a theory if today NFP is bad for USA and it breaks up.
I just don't trust it. I just can't see why the weekly would look bullish like that if NFP was going to be bad. Like, why are we at such a high level right now with NFP going to be bad? I mean, then that becomes the easiest NFP in the world, because essentially you could have bought at the beginning of the week and just keep holding it. Like like for me in my mind, the market never makes it that easy. Like, it's very rare that we have an NFP where it's like, oh, we're trending buys and it's just going to continue all the way up. Like, there's always a whipsaw, or there's always some fuckery there that makes it difficult for you to execute NFP. I think there's been one NFP in the last 3 years where literally the market paused for 2 minutes, the data was bad, we all took buys, and it rocketed up.
Yeah, I remember it.
You remember that? Was funny. Yeah, that was funny.
UJ, yeah, it was UJ, and it was just like, we all sat there, we're like, what's going on? How come nothing's moving? And we're like, well, the data was really good or really bad. It was one or the other. And we all just took the proper entry because it was like, you know, if it was really good, it was going to be a buy for UJ. And we waited. It was like 8:32 or 8:33 in the morning. And it's like, this is NFP. This is stupid. I'm like, all right, take buys. And all of a sudden, at like 8:34, it just took off. It's like the institutions forgot to push the button or something. And it was the easiest win in the world. Like, you literally sat and waited, and the market got your market order, and it just basically flew up like 40 pips in 2 minutes, and you're like, really? Thank you. So I mean, if that's the case again, I mean, then yeah, I mean, if we break 1510, we're going all the way back to 1520. I mean, that's an easy trade. I mean, it makes logical sense because you have that whole range to fill. And if that pull up yesterday, and that's what I laughed about, if the pull up yesterday and the pullback was the initial tap to that new zone, then you know exactly where your target is. Like, it's so easy and blatantly obvious right now where your target is. It's 1520 if NFP is bad for the US dollar. Like, there's no doubt in my mind we're going to hit 1520. Like, it's a no-brainer because of the way the structure's set up. Like, this is going to be, you know, one of those things where it's the easiest NFP again. If NFP is bad for the dollar, you're essentially doing this. Your candle is going to look like this, and you're just going to be like, okay, and then it's going to bounce over here, and then that's it. Or, you know, you might find it might end up going back up into there again. But I really think that's your NFP move. It's just that whole wick. And yesterday when it happened, I sort of chuckled because I watched this happen at 10 a.m. yesterday when I was at the gym, and then it was just like, really? You do this before NFP and then you pull all the way back? Like, that's the perfect manipulation from the institution going, whoops, we played our hand too early, and NFP is going to be bad tomorrow. We just wanted to test the range out, I guess, or figure out where we were going to. And it's just like, hey, that's what we're doing. So that's really, in my mind, if this is the smoking gun, if NFP is bad, that's where we're going. Like, there's no doubt in my mind. Like, if NFP is bad, that is where we're going. That is my 100% target that we will achieve. It's just way too obvious, and we've seen it happen so many times where they leave this giant wick, and then magically Friday it gets filled, and that would then complete the push up with the weekly candle, and you know, you basically tapped finally into that zone on the weekly, and the daily candle fills the previous daily candle, which is exactly what you wanted it to do, and eventually we're on our way to like 1525, which is the top of the range essentially, and then, you know, based on that we decide if we're actually going to go to 1550 or not. So there you go. That's my prediction for today. Am I trading NFP? I will probably wait and see, but chances are I'm probably not.
My prediction is opposite. Clean opposite. Because, like, I was looking at the numbers, and I'm thinking, like, they can't have bad numbers now. Because they've had bad numbers before, so this might be, like, they might surprise everyone by having really good numbers. Because why would they drive it all the way down with ADP, right? Like, they drove gold all the way up, then back down, now they're back at that level. You know? But at the same time, I was looking at the weekly, and I was starting to think that, okay, if this weekly turns bearish, then this will be a huge move bearish.
That is the other thing, right? But the thing is, though, okay, so if we go bearish, where are we going to?
We're gonna break 1497 and we're gonna go back to 1484.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think that can work too. But then my question is this: did everybody? I guess then everybody got orders over here to drive down. Then that's actually a good theory as well. I like that theory. So basically, what you can do then is you can just put your buy stop right or your sell stop right here.
Just to get to at 1496.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's an easy trade because this is basically this is actually really wow. This is going to be a really easy NFP now that I think about it because you said what I was thinking as well. Basically, box this out. If we break above, your buy stops are obviously over here, but if we break below, your sell stops are over here, and that's all you have to do. Holy shit!
Yeah, because if we go up 100%, this wick is right.
100%. Yeah, I agree.
100%.
Like, there's no doubt in my mind that wick gets filled. But going down, I just didn't have a clear path. But now that I think about it, when you look a little bit closer, what I see is this: is you have essentially. I want to say from over here because it looks a little bit accurate. You have this whole area that we're going to dip into, and maybe even this section here. So you can see where we have the opportunity to dip into. So that actually makes sense. So what you would do is you would say, okay, at this point, this would then drop right till this area here, and then you could say, okay, maybe on the long term we may go right back down to here. My hesitation is how long is that move going to last?
Is it possible to spikes up and then just continues down, or?
Well, I mean, so that's the thing, right? So when you look at the news, gold will probably spike a bit if the news does. And the thing is, the thing with NFP is you can't just look at the NFP numbers. You also have to look at the unemployment numbers, because the unemployment numbers, if they're worse than the NFP sort of like result, so there's two results, right? So you have your NFP result and you have your
unemployment
rate.
Yeah.
If the unemployment rate result is worse than expected and the NFP result is not as good as what they thought it would be, like if it's just okay, then that's going to drive the US dollar down. So gold will fly up. If NFP is bad, but not that bad, but unemployment rate is good, then that's going to drive the dollar up. So it'll gain strength and gold will drop. So you have to be careful with that correlation, because there's been a lot of times people have been upset because they were like, well, NFP was bad, but what they weren't looking at was NFP numbers weren't that bad. It was the unemployment rate numbers that skewed the direction at that point. So you have to keep that in mind. So look at previous NFPs, and don't necessarily look at the numbers of NFP, but also look at the unemployment rate, and you'll see where NFP was bad, but unemployment rate was good, and that pushed the dollar, and that strengthened the dollar. And then people are like, well, NFP was bad. Why did the dollar gain strength? It's like, well, no, NFP wasn't that bad. Like, the number was 200 and we came in at like 190 or 180. That's not that bad. It was the unemployment rate that really changed that information.
Coach, does the unemployment rate trump the NFP or no?
Well, that's exactly what I just said. Is if
okay.
one of them is more lopsided than the other, right? So you have to look at it from a scale. So if the median number, right, if the expected number is, whatever, 1 and 1, right? So or let's do 5 and 5 as those numbers, right? So unemployment rate is going to be 5, NFP is going to be 5, right? If NFP goes 4 or 6, that's not really a big deal, right? But if the unemployment rate goes 2 to 7, that's going to skew NFP, and that's going to move. That's going to drive price more. So it's whichever number has the skewed amount, because we've seen that happen before, right? Where unemployment rate hasn't changed and NFP was super bad, and what ended up happening was the dollar just sort of stayed there. It ranged because there wasn't really any sort of fluctuation. But then, like I said, when the NFP was bad and unemployment rate was bad, that's when gold flies to the moon, or when both of them are super good. So it's just, you know, when you look at it, that's sort of, you know, if you go back in history, and this is where, you know, if you're a proper trader, you would have gone back and looked at the last, say, 10 NFPs, and then what you would have done is you would have looked at NFP, you would have looked at the unemployment rate, and then what you would have done is you would have Googled the state of the economy or the thought process of the economy during that time, right? So right now, everybody's fearing uncertainty, recession, trade tariffs, all this shit. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on during this NFP. So you have to take that microeconomic factor into play with the macros that you're looking at right now and apply those to each scenario, each NFP. So like the last 4 NFPs or the last 3 NFPs all had the same sort of economic events. You know, people were saying recession, people were saying, you know, tariff talk. So those aren't, you know, those can be a good baseline. But then what you would do is you go a little bit further to see when the world was sort of rationalized and there wasn't any real, you know, sort of tensions going on. Then you can get also another piece of information as well.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Simon.
How's it going?
Good.
Yeah, I was just listening to that, Ted. I kind of agree. I think my take on it is that we've seen dollar or signs of dollar, the US economy weakening. You know, manufacturing and that killed the USD this week. We saw that push up on gold. Is this just a correction? I think the USD bulls are in waiting and just looking for a bit of data to give them the confidence to, you know, jump back in. But I'm also seeing USD is very sensitive to data at the moment. So if this NFP is as expected or slightly under, I think the dollar's going to sell off hard. Because, yeah, we're seeing it's so fragile at the moment. Lots of concerns about the US economy, you know, and also Trump's, you know, biggest thing is jobs, right? All he ever talks about is creating jobs and adding jobs. The job market starts slowing down, then we're going to see USD continue to weaken.
I'm just reading an article talking about America's factories just suffered the worst month in a decade, and that was like 2 days ago.
Has Trump tweeted anything yet?
Let me check.
Yeah, I'm going to check, because normally everything he tweets, it's the opposite that happens.
He'll tweet if it's good after, but...
Yeah, but normally he tweets afterwards.
Okay, so this is what, 10 hours ago. This is 10 hours ago. Hold on.
But, I mean, technically, like, Ted and Raj have both got 2 different ideas, but I can see, honestly, it going either way today. But technically, you can see gold is either going to go up, push and fill that wick, like that's given, or it's going to fall down to those regions that Raj has got marked up there. I mean, it looks fairly simple to trade technically at the moment, but also sometimes when you see this, it looks too simple.
Alright, drain the swamp. This isn't about campaigns for corruption. Nothing about the economy. All I see is just a bunch of propaganda against the Democrats.
The liquidity trap has been triggered for gold. Yeah, someone said the liquidity trap has already been triggered for gold. I'm not sure what that means.
Well, Trump hasn't tweeted anything in the last 14 hours, so I guess he's being a good boy.
He's probably told not to say anything.
Probably, yeah.
But you've got like a 90 pip range from like here.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, Roger. You've got like 90 pips this way, and you've got 90 pips like this in this range. If it breaks down here or goes up here, like it's a big range.
Don't forget slippage. Slippage is the key.
Yeah, like if you can't, you know, you should be able to grab a few pips out of it, whatever happens. As long as your broker doesn't slip you 50.
Are you guys being constantly added on Instagram on some kind of sick of groups? This free pictures, I don't know, this. Every 1 or 2 hours I get one ad in the group.
Oh no, I don't get that anymore. I delete all those.
What, women?
How? Yeah, women get it. Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't know Vladimir Putin was in Forex family.
Wow.
So Putin is watching me, yeah. I have a question. When you put sell stops or buy stops on any pair on news, what is your stop loss? Is it more than 15 pips? 20
So
pips, or?
basically, when that happens, your mouse is on the cross, like your MT5.
X, yeah.
Yeah, the X.
You need to be faster.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is too, when you have a stop loss, so here's the thing: you're not going to put buy stops or sell stops together. That's just stupid. What you're going to do is exactly what we said: is you're going to pick a side. You're going to say, okay, I believe that the U.S. dollar is going to weaken, so I'm going to put buy stops above 15.11 or whatever, right? But if the U.S. dollar is going to strengthen, I'm going to put sell stops. So you can't put both of them, because it's going to ruin you, because if it whipsaws, you're done. You're screwed. So the idea is, put yourself in a position where, based on all the data you have, based on everything that you see, where are you more comfortable going? At this point, I tend to agree with Rakeel in terms of the fact that we're at such a high level, and Simon had said, he hit the nail on the head, is the US dollar is just looking for anything that they can gravitate to pull down. And then when you think a little bit deeper in that idea, it tends to make sense of it, because now if we drive the dollar down and tariff talk ceases and they still have tariffs, that's going to push gold all the way back up again. So this might be your last chance to get a good price at gold in the 1490s, or the 1500s, like the 1501s, 1502s, before we head to 1550. So it might actually make sense to take sells, knowing the fact that the middle of the month there's going to be another huge decision about gold, and the tariffs will then determine that move again. So I mean, technically in October there's going to be two major movements of gold, and this may set it up, like Simon said, this might just be the only chance that people that are bullish on the US dollar get a chance to drive price down and then get out before everything sort of implodes, and there's a recession talk and tariffs and instability, and gold just rockets up.
So this could be the last time the gold went down before.
Yeah, it could be the very last hurrah before it just drives back up.
Yeah.
Because you look on the weekly, we're just kind of like the last 1, 2, 3, 4 weekly candles are just they're kind of closing around the same places. They're not doing one thing or the other, so they're waiting for a catalyst to either take
Correct.
this low, take it back up to these highs.
Correct. And I mean, I look at the weekly candle for this week, and it's just absolutely bonkers. Like, we tapped 1460. Like, there has to be a reason why we tapped 1460. And why did we tap 1460 before NFP? Like, it just doesn't make sense in my mind that price was driven that hard just because of some rumors and some news events. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. So I think if we do move, the weekly has a good chance of going bearish. I mean, it just does. If everything that we're saying is accurate in terms of what they want to do with the U.S. dollar and build and stimulate the economy and say, hey, U.S. dollar is strong, then I see gold dropping into 14.99, 14.98.
Yeah, I just want to read something to you guys. Okay, so just this article I'm just reading about. The headline is World Stocks are plunging after disappointing U.S. payroll and manufacturing data. And one of the key bullet points is the world stocks tanked on Wednesday after disappointing set of U.S. payroll data, fan fears of U.S. recession. ADP payroll data showed private employees added 100,035 jobs in September, below the 140,000 expected by economists, polled by Reuters. So, and the bad news followed weak manufacturing reports this week, which showed factory activity slumped to a decade low in the U.S. and a 7-year low in the Eurozone last month. Interesting. So I guess, and this was 2 days ago, by the way. So I guess this sentiment is maybe.
But you're kind of seeing, like Trump is always trying to build up like factories in the US, right? Bring them back to the US, do this. He's always trying to talk the US economy up.
Right.
It doesn't necessarily mean, and we're seeing that everything he's coming out and saying, oh, we're doing this, we're doing that.
Exactly, because the data doesn't reflect it. Yeah, the data does not reflect it. So
it does not reflect.
He's saying one thing, and then the data says another. So who do you follow? You follow the data.
The data doesn't.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, numbers don't lie. Trump does. Okay. Meanwhile, when management recorded it unexpected. Yeah, everything is just saying boo-hoo to the U.S. So most likely what Ted said about the whole golds and that with the institutions is playing their hand. When you put two together, it does build a strong case for gold to go up.
Yeah, I can. Like I said, I can see it. I can see it going either way.
Yeah.
Well, at least we know what's going to happen if it goes up, and what's going to happen if it goes down.
Yeah, that's it. Listen, some people are going to win money, some people are going to lose.
It's really the easiest play. I mean, I'm going to be looking at honestly, I'm looking at gold buys. I'll put a buy stop at around 15.12. If I see the dollar creeping down, so like if I see what's happening right now in the next 20 minutes, if I see it creep down to 15.06, 15.05, I'm putting buy stops in at 15.12.
There's another Ryan B in this place. Oh my God, I'm not changing my name.
I think that's a great idea.
There's 80 Alexes. Don't feel bad.
There are actually a lot of Alexes in our groups.
But there's only one G Alex. Hey.
Nice. Ted buy stop.
That's my opinion, and that's what I'm taking. So if it goes down, I don't have a trade. That's all I care about.
How about you, Rakeel? Rakeel, would you have a buy stop and a sell stop, or you're gonna like do a bias in one?
Yeah, like I'll have the buy stop, but then I'm also gonna maybe put like a sell stop at 15.06. Yeah, 15.06. Because
Rakeel's playing both sides.
Because that was the support made in London, and if that support gets broken, then at least we're coming down to 15.04, 15.03. If we don't get slipped. That's the thing. Because if I get slipped and the order gets activated at 15.04, and I'm like, well, fuck, now what?
That's why I'm saying 15.12, because I rather let the market sort of start pushing it into it.
Yeah.
So we shall see.
Man, this guy, he's been muted 2 times and he's still... Can you talk about GJ? Yes, so GJ, it broke 131.600. If you are in a sell, I think it's going to get really hard because it's closing back in the range. And I think if it's closing back in the range, it didn't close below, so it can't go below, so it's going to go up or it's going to range. But I don't think it's going down.
But it left that little breadcrumb trail with.
Yes, so if it closes below, let's say 131,600, then it should come down and fill the weight. I'd say 131,550. Oh, nice. Someone's in a buy. Okay. That's good. It's nice how you guys have different ideas and do your own thing. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you have to be like that. Like, you have to be because listen, if you're wrong and if someone's right, that's good, because then that's a learning opportunity. Like, you can't just say, oh no, it was just this, it was just that. You can't make up an excuse. For buy stops and sell stops, I think the stops, just have your well, first thing is don't do that. The second thing is, if you're gonna do it, have your mouse on the cross, like on X, so that you close it.
If you're going to set a stop loss, it needs to be a decent sized stop loss, because the spread will widen, it will trigger you and stop you straight out.
Yeah.
And
I'm not placing a stop loss. If I'm going with a buy stop, that means that the market is moving in my direction. I don't need a stop loss.
Yeah, correct.
That's the whole point of having a buy stop or a sell stop, is those are pending orders that the market will drive towards. Well, I don't know why you would have a stop loss at that point, because that means that your analysis is incorrect and it's not going there. So at no point should your buy stop, then you should never have a stop loss on your buy stop, because it should drive price. Price should have enough, or there should be enough space between your buy stop and price moving for you to clearly see that the direction is correct. That's the whole idea behind a buy stop or a sell stop. It's for the market, when it trends, for you just to continue trend. So if you can't figure out which direction the market's moving and you're trying to place a pending order, it makes no sense, because you use stop losses when you are unsure of direction or you're in an entry already. You can't put a stop loss with a buy stop or a stop loss with a sell stop until you see that it's been activated, and then you start to see, okay, if we're going to this zone, then I would move my stop, right? Because what if the buy stop triggers and it spikes like 3 or 4, like 30 or 40 pips? You don't know where to put your stop loss yet, because you don't know, you know, the idea would be you're probably out of the trade, but more than likely you're heading towards the zone and you've pushed through a previous zone, right? But you have to see how that market reacts at that point. Man, there's just too many stupid questions here. Do you know social media groups or peoples where I can post my charts and see other people's charts? Yeah, you can make your own. And just tell everybody to come to your social media group. Or you can just go on TradingView, where there's thousands of charts and thousands of opinions. Like, man, why? Jesus Christ. How are you
or he can join Forex family and have lots of charts.
No, I don't want people joining Forex family. I don't
Not
want
with those kind
like
of
that.
questions, eh?
No, I know. You're just wasting your money. You're throwing your money away. It's just go to the store, buy some food for yourself, enjoy your life.
Shut down.
It just makes more sense. Like I tell people all the time, when people message
Savage.
me and they're like, I want to join, and I've read their questions, I'm like, no, it's not worth it. Go buy a pair of shoes.
What's
Go
Forex?
Yeah. You know, like what time are the live streams? Can I join your mentorship? It's like, you have to ask me what time the live streams are. Sorry, you can't. You're not able to.
Yeah, that's my biggest pet peeve. Hey, what time's the live stream, bro?
We have two platforms.
Coach,
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, you go ahead.
Coach, I thought your biggest pet peeve was calling tops and bottoms.
Whoa.
Well, that's after the fact.
And overtrading.
Yeah, that's before you get to. That's after you get into the Forex family. You have to still pass the test before you even get allowed to.
True.
Yeah.
Kevon, you're here.
Yeah, I'm here.
What's your thoughts today?
It's consolidating, so I don't see any direction right now. I'm hoping for that to push out a bit.
So are you going to trade the rejections or the momentum move?
I'm gonna trade the momentum.
Okay. So you haven't got sales at like 15, 20?
Nah.
Okay, next we have Anthony Crow. Anthony Crow, what are your ideas here, mate? Oh, Anthony Crow is probably out. Raja, look at GJ. Yes, I'm looking at GJ.
Pushing down now. Interesting.
Thank goodness I got out of GTAB when I did. 6,400. Done.
I feel like it's just gonna push all the way down just before the news.
Yeah,
it's crazy. I'm watching, looking at CNBC, and they said the odds are increasing that the job report could be disappointing after weak numbers early this week.
Oh wow, they're so stupid. They are so stupid. This is gonna go.
Anything that they say is the total opposite.
Yeah, now I'm worried.
This is gonna be the best numbers.
I like fucking media. Jesus Christ.
Anything they say is the total opposite.
Yeah,
they're never right.
They aren't. They're never right. It's literally they're the biggest scam in the world. They just basically whatever they say or do, it has no sense. It's stupid. Like, I wish I could work for the news. Just be like, yeah, NFP is gonna be great. I don't know why. It's gonna be great.
Oh man.
That's what I mean. It's what, like, you hear people today saying, yeah, I think it's going up, I think it's going down, but, you know, why? What's your reasons?
Yeah.
Anyone can say, oh, it's going up, I think it's going up, or I think it's going down. Yeah. At least we've got some logic behind our ideas anyway.
I'm just going
to... Still ranging.
iPhone, he just said there's no stop losses for limit orders, man.
Good morning, Juedi. Dear Raja, gold buy or sell? Mr. Ho, not sure. I think what you can do is just before the news, you can take buys and sells with 20 pip stops.
Don't do that.
Worst comes to worst, worst comes to worst, they both get stopped out, you know, and then the best one's gonna go in profits.
That's like misery and ecstasy all at once.
Yeah.
You're in profit and then you're broke.
Why wouldn't you?
Last NFP we moved over 100 pips. So
yes, bring it on again.
And that was bad. So TP is at 100.
There's still only 89 people that like the stream, and there's 1,100 people, 1,200 people on the stream.
I don't know, man. Every day
Really?
I come on.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and like my stream right now.
You need to start clicking the like button. Oh, someone just left because I said that.
Oh no, they caught me.
They came back. Oh, there we go. We went from 90 likes to 175 in 1 second. That's awesome. Oh, 200. 230. There's 4 dislikes, so 4 people are losing money right now. Forex family and market fluidity are basically the same thing. We keep them separate just because my groups are closed to new members, but Market Fluidity is an extension of Forex Family since Raja was originally part of Forex Family.
Yeah.
But it's Raja's own thing. We support each other because that's what people do. Huh. 294. Wonder if we let's try and get to 400. If we get to 1,000 likes, I'll give a guaranteed win trade.
Oh shit.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
You see, it goes like 1,000 in a second. I'm like, oh man, I'm like, I don't know, I don't have.
That means full margin your account.
Yeah. First, when I came to the streams, I have an idea. Every single trade you have won. So then I thought, okay, I was losing all the time. Let's try. I was always doing full margin. Let's do full margin now, but following your trades. But then I introduced myself to discipline and risk management, and I canceled that. But it was a good idea.
You should give a free course away. Well, I mean, I think we give a free course away every day. I think if you sit here long enough and ask the right questions, I think what people do is people don't spend the time asking the right questions. And then they say, well, what's the right question, Ted? It's, well, show a chart, show analysis. And then here's the thing. People have never brought us a chart where they won a trade or lost a trade. Like, they've never shown previous charts. And you can do that too. Like, all we're asking is just don't ask silly questions like, well, what time is the news? You know, that stuff you should already know. But if you come here and you have a chart that you lost and you take a screenshot or whatever and you show it and say, hey, what do you think happened here? This was my opinion at 8 a.m. or 3 a.m. or whatever time, and by 4 o'clock I had lost the trade. What do you think has happened? And here are 4 different time frames that I was monitoring with the trade. Can you help me? I mean, of course we'll help you. It's just people don't want to do that. And it's just people aren't leveraging the streams correctly. Like if I was trying to learn and I was sitting here for free, I would have like sort of my homework and I would hand it in like an assignment and be like, hey, every day if I could get one of my charts reviewed or one of my trades reviewed and said, hey, what happened? Like that's what I would do. Todd Capital Group is doing an amazing job. Yeah, Todd Capital Group, same thing. They just do free streams, help everybody out. They see value in that, so it's good.
They actually took the initiative.
Yep. What's the right leverage to grow an account? I think you can use whatever leverage you feel comfortable with, because leverage doesn't grow your account, risk management does. Brendan Skywalker, Raja, do you ever use FIP? Whatever you see on these charts is what we use every single day.
Today, we're going to use a pitchfork. Something like this. Here we go. This means we're going to go to this green and blue border over here.
Yeah. Currently, what is the best way you want people to submit charts? You can create a URL and put the URL and publish part of it into the chat and just explain where that URL is. It could be an Imager URL, it could be a TradingView URL. It's just the YouTube doesn't like other URLs other than their own URLs. So all you have to do is just make a note. So as an example, what you could do is you could turn around and do this. I'll do it in, hi guys, I am new. I took a trade last night and it was analyzed over 3 time frames. I have placed 3 screenshots in this URL. www.imager.com/12345. There. So you see what I just did in the YouTube chat? You can do that. It is possible.
A buy stop there would not be, I think that's going to be a very, very far buy stop. It's going to be too far away. I would have a buy stop more like around like 15.11.50, 15.12, but that's like way too up, too far away. 15.13.
12 is the safest.
Yeah.
Spikes up and go down. So.
Like I have major resistance on the hourly at like 15.11. So I would rather go up to 15.12 and have that push all the way through, and then I believe 15.16 is an easy target at that point.
15.52, it's easily generation. Is it smart or bad to have maybe 2 buy stops or sell stops, or just 1?
Why would you want to have 2?
Maybe take, split my lot in 2. Take the from 12 to 15 and let 1 run. If it's spikes up,
you
go.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I understand. You want 2 orders.
Yeah.
That would make sense. I mean, I'm just putting 1. I'll see how it works out. I mean, I'm just looking for like 15, 20 pips. I'm not going to catch the whole move. I always talk about the whole move. I never catch it. I'm well aware of that.
It's easier to catch the half of the moon.
Yeah, I just, like, because, when you look at the dollar value, I sort of look at it and it's like, cool, like that's an extra, like, whatever X amount in my pocket, right? So, like, I'm usually happy with that.
I would be happy with 10 pips.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, you sort of look at it and you say to yourself, well, I mean, should I hold longer? And it's like, I don't really need to. And every time I usually hold longer, it comes back to that point anyways. I'll just take the initial. How can IQ options be carrying out maintenance at this time? Maybe they don't want people trading. Maybe they're doing you a favor. First time trading news. Well, that shouldn't be a good idea, so you shouldn't trade news at all. What's the impact NFP could have on GJ? Well, NFP is US news. GJ is the pound and the Japanese yen, so the news will be minimal. Ted, can you explain why your strong resistance at 15.11 not at the tip of this wick? I don't know. It's just where I put my line. It's really where you're comfortable. My line is thick. It covers multiple price points, so it's between 10.50 and 15.11. It's you basically once again draw support and resistance, or draw anything on your charts just to guide your eyes to be like, hey, around this price level, I have to think. When it's not in this price level, I don't have to think, right? Because if you look at the gold chart, right? If we look at gold right now, and you look at this is the 4 hour, you can see here, where did we not have to think, right? We didn't have to think over here. You didn't have to think over here because we were going from this zone to this zone, right? We didn't have to think over here because we went from this zone to this zone, and the same thing over here. We didn't have to think from this zone to this zone, right? But once we get to here, then we have to think. That's the idea behind it.
Does the movement before the news can maybe show the path of the news, or it can't show it? It's just random.
Yeah, it's starting to pull down. Going right to 15.06, which is the bottom of my hourly support. I think Rakeel's going to win this one. He's going to get this up.
Yeah, it's looking like sell too. I'm agreeing.
Unless it whipsaws right back.
Could be just testing this like 1 hour support and then it's gonna fly away.
I'm with you, Simon. I got my buy stop already in. I want it to fly up. I just want Raja to be wrong once in a while. Guys are right all the time. Every NFP is right. It's just like, it's incredible.
No, I think it's gonna, like, this might be grabbing liquidity to just push up.
Oh no! Now he's coming on our side.
No, I was thinking the same thing actually. When it's just for it to go down, yeah, just to grab liquidity and then just wow.
Nah, I think it's a sell.
I don't see anything. The only reason why I believe, and I don't say believe, why my bias is that it's going to go up is because of the core jobs, not jobs, core manufacturing numbers. And this is not good for the US dollar.
Yeah, but
right?
That's the news reporting it. That's not really anybody having substantiated numbers. That's just someone pulling.
Oh, right, yeah. Yeah. I guess you can be called speculating, quote unquote.
There. Yep. It's definitely gonna be a sell.
The reason I ask about the tip of the wick, because I hear a lot of talk about clean traffic, and isn't the wick traffic? It is, but the idea is when you push into it, you should be okay with momentum. If you push into that zone, it'll go through.
Oh, nice curving. I like that too.
Ooh, Rob Zombie's what does. I like Rob Zombie. Made good movies.
Let's see, sell stops far now. Like 4 pips away. Sorry, buy stops.
NFP won't affect any pairs unless they're USD related. There'll be minimal effects. Think of the NFP like a big weather system, right? Like a hurricane. So the hurricane comes in, impacts one city, and everybody around it gets a little bit of drizzle. That's what NFP is. So think about it that way.
Every pair is going to move.
Every pair is going to move a bit, but
Yeah.
the main focus is on US dollar pairs because NFP is US dollar related. And you can learn about this on the YouTube channel that you're currently watching because there's a whole bunch of videos talking about all this stuff. And there's actually videos on how to trade NFP.
Yeah. But people are lazy and dumb. It's easier to ask a question than give some time and watch out on YouTube.
Remember, guys, news does not create direction, just volatility. In this case, usually NFP creates the catalyst for the rest of the month. Put a black box on gold. Put the black box on gold again. It worked yesterday.
Yeah, look what happened the last NFP. USD strengthened and it kept strengthening. It eventually found a bottom and then retraced all the way back, but it pushed pretty hard for a little while. Like Ted said, it will give some direction.
Yeah.
As long as the data, like you said, doesn't like conflict with each other.
I sent my chart 3 times. Why don't you ask our comments? Maybe Rakeel is away from his desk. Just be patient, please. Holy cow. Man.
It's impatient people want to trade. Come on.
I like that, man. It's eager to learn. I like it.
Yeah, but it's just now he's screaming and he's getting angry. Like, it's like, Rakeel's obviously
Entitled,
not at his
man.
desk. He's not at his desk. Just calm down and just wait.
Entitled.
He's probably changing diapers right now.
Yeah, like, this guy's got a life. Why can't I place a stop loss order at 1504? I don't know. Early sellers are winning. Yeah, I just bounced off of the 1506 again. Raja is not at his desk, everybody. Just be patient, please. If you don't understand the pair, don't trade it. Simple. Ted, do you trade US 30? Have you ever heard me talk about US 30? I've never once talked about any indices.
But for that guy, if gold goes up, US 30 goes down.
What's the big deal about gold? There's no big deal about any pair. It's the pair people trade. You never said what a good sell stop would be for gold because I'm not selling gold. I'm buying gold. I'm to take buys with gold. Why don't I trade indices? Because it's not part of my plan.
He doesn't check bad charts. Check my chart. Nobody. Did he post a chart?
Someone posted like 10,000 charts and they're angry that you took 5 minutes to go do something.
Oh yeah, we can't see the link. Rafael Cesar. You need to watch the video in the description, and you know that video is going to tell you like what the rules are, how can you send links and stuff like that. Because you cannot send links on YouTube here.
Yep, NFP is definitely looking like a sell.
I think it's buys.
Why did you say that, Kevon?
Because it's pushing up before.
What's your thought process? Just because
Yeah, I'm looking at this and the hour just started whipsawed up for some magical reason. 1506, okay, 1506 self stops. Alright, you got me. I'm gonna go in 1506 self stops.
Oh, my another analysis was right. Yesterday we said there's going to be around almost like 1400 people.
Yes.
Correct.
All right. So I got a buy stop at 1512 and a sell stop at 1506. Hopefully I don't get destroyed.
I'd probably wait a little, maybe 4 or 5 more minutes, and then I'd place my orders.
Yeah, you should wait until 8:28.
I can tell you guys, gold will go higher than Bitcoin went, so gold's going to go above 20,000. Javon, I think, is right.
I have 50 euro. How much I can open for the margin?
Not much.
Not much, mate.
Just keep clicking the button until you can't do it anymore.
I'd like to remind everybody to like the stream, please. We only got 369 likes and we've got 1,400 people. Sell stop at 1506.
Sadly, after NFP, there's gonna be only 400 people.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, it'll drop very fast.
Coach, that was a good idea, updating your Zoom.
What? Dating my Zoom?
That it was, now people can get in and stuff. Awesome.
Oh, yes. You have a ton of patience, man. Yes.
What you did with the Zoom, Rakeel?
I blocked it.
You blocked it?
Yeah, so everyone who's been on Zoom, like for the last month, only they can log into Zoom now.
That's why everyone's panicking.
Yeah.
Oh. That's why you didn't share the link today?
Yes.
Oh, so
but you got it, right?
I don't know. I just click on whatever I see in the chat.
Yeah, that's it. Perfect. No
yeah,
question.
I was waiting for the drop of the link, Coach. What happened?
Yeah, whoever posted that link, that's what I just did.
Yeah, I think it was Vince. Vinny, I'm sorry.
Is NFP too risky? Or should I get a buy stop and let it ride? I don't mind losing, but we never went over this. NFP is risky. If you have a buy stop, understand you can get slipped. That can happen. Understand you can lose more than you anticipated to lose. That can happen too. So just understand all the worst case scenarios that can happen.
Nobody says you have to trade the news either. Like, you don't really have to do much.
Exactly. Just do what I do. Watch the fireworks. I just watch it. It's fun. I don't trade it.
You're so boring.
Obviously, Kevin hasn't seen me at a strip club. Boring.
Yeah. Kevin hasn't seen. Okay.
He took the GCAD sales today. He doesn't need to trade it anymore.
Alright, 4 minutes.
I'm going only buy stops.
Man, this week I've been so patient. So patient.
Coach Rakeel, I wanted to congratulate you on your weekly profit this week. Wow, man. You're a beast.
Oh, it's nothing.
Wow, bro. Sheesh. Goals as fuck.
Alright, so let's see here.
Two minutes.
Ooh, so I wonder how CAD is going to affect GCAD and UCAD.
Wow, what the fuck?
Not because of NFP, because there's CAD news at the same time.
Okay, so I have a sell stop at 1506.
Yeah, that's what I.
Wolf is pushing.
UCAD closed.
Ready, bitches.
UCAD closed back in the weekly trend line channel.
Oh.
Uh-oh, I moved my sell stop.
Wow.
Or my buy stop.
That's what I thought might happen.
Yeah, I moved my buy stop. It almost hit my buy stop. I had to move it up to 1513 now. I was like, shit.
That was
Didn't even happen yesterday.
This was.
I literally,
Now sell to
I literally caught
1504
it.
and then buy from 1504.
Wow.
those motherfuckers.
Shit.
I think it's going up. I think it's going
shit.
up.
Nah, it's going down.
Alright.
Watch.
And I'm placing my buy stop at 1512. Right now.
Those motherfuckers. Damn, they almost got me.
They almost got me too. I was like, I saw the price move. Like, shit, I gotta move my buy stop.
Alright.
You saw that green, like little green.
Yeah, I did. It lit up. I was like, oh man, no, I don't want to load it.
Okay.
You know?
Man, this will be a big, big break.
Yeah, it is. It's gonna be a big move. I think Rakeel got. I think Kavan and Rakeel are right. I think we're going down.
Now watch it be a dud.
It better not be a fucking dud.
Wow.
No, I don't think
No,
it's.
it won't be. It won't be.
It's not. This is gonna be huge.
Yeah.
29. 829.
Okay. Let's go.
Ooh, we got 1,500 people almost. Oh.
Oh, there you go.
Oh.
Keep pushing, babe.
Sell stop got activated.
I'm still in buys. I'm still in buys. I'm still in buys.
Oh, I closed my sell stop.
Get activated.
Oh, this was so bad. I'm done.
It's not 30 yet. So
And I only got a
Oh,
buy
okay.
stop open.
No, my sell stop didn't get activated.
Oh, buy stop got activated.
Uh-huh.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
This is crazy.
Fuckery, bro. This is why Ted says don't have a buy stop and a sell stop.
Yeah.
Wow. $50.
I'm good. I'm not gonna do anything anymore.
You see why I don't trade
Just sell
NFP,
that
bro?
bit.
I'm good. I just
Man,
watch.
it was in profits. I closed in a second. It
Yeah.
went 50 pips down, and I was in minus. I was in 20 pips profit, and I tried to close it. No.
This is look at this. It,
1 fucking second.
it activated the buy stops, went down, activated the sell stops, went up.
Exactly what Ted
I had
said.
the same thing. I had buy stops activated like 1 minute before 8.
That is retarded.
Wow.
Yeah, let's see what the numbers are.
What was the actual data?
Wow.
136. Yeah, they kept it the same.
And CAD didn't do crap.
Nothing.
But see, the unemployment went down.
Yeah.
Jesus,
I
that's
told you guys it was gonna be a dud.
This is a dud.
That was amazing.
Man.
$75. It was really good.
Hey,
If-
profit is profit.
No,
If-
I know. I was
72 cents already here.
Oh, if you won here, you were super lucky.
Hey, JR got stopped out.
Yeah.
Did you
almost got
buy
stopped.
stop activated?
Yeah, my buy stop activated. I'm in a little bit of it. Yeah, I got a little slippage to 1550. That was pretty nasty.
That was nasty.
That was crap.
Super
That
nasty.
was crap.
Look at this 1 minute candle.
Yeah, but I still think we're gonna fill that.
Yeah.
Well, what was the news? Was it bad or good?
It was like
Mixed.
mixed. Unemployment was good.
Let's go, mommy.
Jobs was poor.
Yeah, this is stupid. Ooh.
So I
Running
I
up.
had two buy stops. I had one buy stop, and like got activated, but it just disappeared. I didn't lose any money. I didn't make any money with it.
Yeah, maybe your lot size was too high.
That's what.
Yeah, your margin.
Well, I guess I got lucky. That was one time getting lucky both going over lookers. I thought it wouldn't let me even place the sales stop though. I thought.
Damn, you got lucky, bro. That was nasty.
Yeah. If you're just trying to push up, then gold should push down. It should break below 1504 and continue down. Yeah, I mean it should. I mean now it should. Because
Man, easiest NFP.
shut the fuck up, man. Yo, who is this guy?
Yo, trust, man, trust.
Can't see.
Oh, it's that support? Okay, online.
Easiest NFP. Yeah, this should break down. It has no business being up.
Oh, now it's
Yeah, there you go. Now it decides to go.
There's my sell stop activated.
Stupid.
oh,
Man, I called that thing, man.
Congrats.
There goes my sell stop.
Hey guys, technically Jeevan was correct. Sells at 15. 8 at 50. Oh my god, what a beast.
Oh, there goes my sell. No, I didn't. My sell stop got my buy stop got activated. I lost 30,000, and then I just made another.
Ooh.
Now it's dropping all the way to 14.97, like you said it would. So I just made all my money back.
That's why I like to wait. Wait till it finds direction.
Do you get slip until 10?
Oh, I got slipped 30 pips. I closed right away.
Oh shit.
The only thing I'm happy about is that the selling played out.
So played out. Okay, so
Right again. Yeah, it dropped down to that. It's just I got slipped huge on the way up. It should have activated my order at 15.12, and it activated it at. Where did it activate here? It activated it at 15.15.
Oh, nice.
Me too.
Made some buys at 14.98. Make some of this cash back.
So it really wasn't a dud then.
Yeah, pissed me
gonna
off.
move.
I took a massive loss.
This move down was nice.
Yeah, the move it's gonna go to 14.97, so we should be good.
I just regret because I was in profits. I was trying to close in profits and then it closed from plus 10 to 9, minus 50.
My sell, I was up 10 pips, closed, and then moved another 10 pips. I got lucky.
I tried to close, but I don't know. I didn't close the profit.
Funny.
Okay, so I think the takeaway from this for me now is that even though it whipsawed and everything, the resistance still held its ground.
Yes, the resistance still held.
And support's holding as well. 14.98, 14.97. It's holding for now.
Yeah, so
Don't be surprised if this candle goes all the way back up.
creates a quote unquote long Legged doji.
I think how this 15-minute closes is gonna tell us where we're going. Once everyone analyzes the data and gets their bias in.
My NFP got really messy.
Everybody's.
My NFP, it got really messy, and then the end cells played out. So it took me, yeah, it was a little bit okay, but it was good. I was up for the week too, so that really helped. Raphael still probably in buys. After such news moves down, does the market continue to play out normally? Yeah, I think it's gonna continue to play out. It couldn't break above 1510. Closed back down. Even the 30-minute candle came down. 15 minutes is bearish. 5 minutes just could. Even the 5 minutes could not break above. I think we're still bearish. It's just gonna jump around here, but ultimately it should break below 1497. When it came down to 1506, it hit my sell stop and then just ripped up out. Oh shit!
Yeah, I'm in some buys from 14.99.
Well, that's good.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, because it didn't take out that 14.99 level.
Nope.
And the news is bad, so I think we should be going up.
I don't trust this candle to keep going down.
Coach Rakeel.
Yo.
Do you trade NFP with your account, or do you separate a sum to trade NFP?
I separate a sum to trade NFP, but since I was up for the week, so okay. I didn't do that.
Got it. Yeah. You're swimming in profit, so you're risking only a bit of profit.
Yes. Yeah. That's correct.
Well,
that's a good idea for
a factory.
Sorry, Alex.
No, I'm sorry, bro. Go ahead.
No, just saying that this candle, it was just a factory.
Yes, a fuck you candle. A dildo candle.
60 pips.
Oh, nice. Yo, how many people dropped out of the YouTube stream?
So many people would have got screwed.
I feel like many people got butt fucked with this.
Bless you.
Oh, bless you.
Sorry.
But for me, if this is going to continue down, it needs to hold this 1504 level, 1505. If it doesn't, you can see it going back up.
Yeah, I think we'll respect this recent support.
So, guys, what's the plan for the weekend?
Relax.
Yeah.
Killing iguanas.
Everybody's quiet. Everybody got slipped.
Yeah, but so many people are crying right now due to slippage.
Yeah.
You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. Depends on the broker too, but you gotta be aware of this high impact news.
Yep.
Yeah, that's why personally I don't really agree with the buy stop, sell stop during high impact news, just because it's so risky, and you might as well just wait till the data comes out and have the market pick where it's gonna go.
Yeah, shit happens. I remember the first time I traded news, I got slipped like 30 pips and I was about to cry.
Yeah, my max slippage was until today. It was 20 or 30 pips. So I calculated today. Okay, 20 to 30 pips. I can live with that. And then doom 50. Yeah, great.
So GCAT broke my 6400 TP. I should have left the runner. God damn.
That was a nice job on GCAT, Alex.
I'm down 13 pips.
That London volume, bro. It has lots of volume. Open, that London open. The London. Today, Mike. Oh no, that's Australia.
How many viewers are on YouTube?
So gold filled the gap finally.
Yeah, I think we're gonna continue moving down here.
Yeah.
15-minute close, sort of just below that level.
Yep.
Yeah, I taken a sell.
Nice. Should continue moving down. Look on the 15 minute. This whole wick is going to get filled. Look on the 5 minute. 15.
My God, GCAT died. Ah.
Ooh, GJ is still struggling to go down here as well.
Look at GBP is dying, that's why. GU's like tanking.
Ooh, nice support zone there, coach.
Yeah, you like it? I think it can come down there.
I like it. We like it.
This NFP was wild.
We got FOMC next week.
That was fuckery.
Definitely.
Yeah, I'm glad I was over leveraged.
Garbage.
I moved money to a smaller account and I didn't really, I was on a small one. I didn't think it was going to be that something.
I got slipped 30 pips. Fucking unbelievable.
I got 50, so I'll be happy.
I'm surprised we still have the same viewers on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll learn something.
Yeah. The new 4 hours is gonna start soon. Just wait for this hour to close.
What a mess. Yeah, well, we have to fight another day, right?
Next half an hour, we're gonna see the direction of gold. Definitely. What do you call this? Whoops.
Always Asian session tonight. We can make it back then.
Are we doing a Zoom for Asian?
I'm gonna host it, yeah.
Definitely.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I got home from work one night and I pulled up my computer. I was ready to go. I've been trading for 2 years. I was fucking hot. I just get on there. I'm like, dude, why are the numbers not moving? Like, what the fuck? And I'm like, I was good Friday night.
Come on, dog. Push.
Full to drop it.
Right. Made a bit of money back.
I'm gonna try to do that in half an hour.
Nope. I had sells. I caught this. My sell stop got activated, so it recouped my loss on buy stop that got slipped. That's so
good.
garbage. I had a buy stop at 15.12 and it got activated at 15.50.
I got that. My buy stop activated above the price even went. The price was for me 15.14.60 and buy stop activated 15.50.
My sell stop guy activated pretty good at 15.05.95. That was good.
Oh.
What was it? 15.03 or?
Hey, you guys got the cells?
1500.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm thinking. So
break even.
that push up was just for the news, since the news is bad, but I'm thinking we're heading down.
Just drop in.
Yes, drop in.
Yeah.
Jeez. You got this little move down.
I'm gonna try to get some cells.
Wickfield.
1498 though is pretty strong.
Yes, 1497 is a strong support. I'll wait for that to break, and if it breaks 1497, then it's off to the races down to 1480.
Yeah. I don't know. Just can't see that happening.
Oh, when I look at the charts, I see those wicks and wicks don't lie.
Candle just basically bounced back into the range at 1498. Like, I think buys at 1500 if it does reverse is going to be very nice.
Wickfield.
Buys at 1504 are the best. So I'll wait till it gets to 1504 and then if I take buys, if we break 1497, just take sells.
Wickfield. Wickfield. It's coming downtown.
But I also may just stop for the day because it's not necessarily needed.
Wickfield. Ooh, 2. Man, this was so easy. Wickfield. This is clean range here to the left too.
Ne mogu sad čekati.
Wow, this is a 40 pip move here.
Yeah, that was nice. I caught that. It's just a retest kind of on the 15 minute.
Yeah.
Closed below. Pulled up a little bit.
Yep. Yeah, it's gonna fill it.
Yes.
When it pulled up, the 5 minute, I got a little worried, but then it closed like a little doji. I was like, okay, you know what, it should be okay.
Yeah, I was watching the 15 minute because the 15 minute pushed straight down without a wick on the top.
Yeah.
Then it went up, created that wick, and then dropped.
And it's gonna rifle down. Boom.
Looks like it's gonna die.
It's gonna fucking...
Coach, you had cells, man. You should have just kept them.
Yeah, I closed. I got like 15 pips out of the cells. I come on the chart and I see the wick fills and the wicks don't lie.
This week was gold.
Maybe a push
Did
up.
that Brexit extension again?
It's funny how the market just moves, you know, like quietly, just watching candles. It should make some like banging sounds when it breaks a support or when it spikes.
Yeah, like the quicker it moves, the louder it gets.
Yeah, exactly. You know, no.
Like a
Funny.
ticket noise.
Funny enough, I lost money on the whole witch sign thing, but I just made it back just watching this candle. Actually, I made more than I did.
Nice.
I'm good right now.
What do you expect for GJ? Buy or sell? Well, Juan Diego Montenegro. GJ is ranging, amigo. Look at this, amigo. GJ did a fake out. It's coming back up. So it's Friday. Yeah, it could go up, but no down. Gold is down. Oh, whoa, look at that.
What's that? 1498. Wow, just for 9 o'clock. That's
This
good.
is the 200 on the 4 hours. What, anyone?
Yeah.
I think it's gonna break the 40.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll wait for it to break under 1497 after the races.
ooh, looks like we might be right here.
You called it.
Question is whether it breaks this down.
Yeah. Ooh, wait a minute. I had a. Where is it? Yeah, it's
1
gonna
hour's about to close as well.
break it.
But there's gonna be a huge rip up before we drop further, I think.
Yeah, or the new 1 hour's going to open and just drop.
Yeah. Put myself stop at 1497.57.
This is what I had yesterday. Now it's at that same support. Oh, nice. Nanix. Thank you, Nanix. Nanix donated $5 to my coffee fund. Someone gave away 1.11 euros after savings. Thank you.
Alright, so 1497 is what, the goal right here?
Yeah,
So
this.
Oh my
with
goodness.
with this crazy momentum, I think it's gonna just maybe. Actually, no wait.
Bro, if it breaks this,
I don't
there's
know. There's no way. Yeah, it's gonna. Yeah, how much pips is that, Rico?
like 10 more dollars.
But this
How
1
much?
hour is about to close right there.
That's right. That's
Yeah,
what
so
I'm
we
waiting
don't
on.
know.
GJ went up too.
Like Ted said, this next 1 hour is going to open and drop, or it's going to pull all the way back up.
Coach, that's crazy that GJ is flying and GCAT is dying.
Yeah, cause Cat is strong.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, that was a
We
fake
got
out
that
on
strong
GJ.
loony, that boy.
Ooh, wow.
So oil must be cheap and must be down.
Yeah, well, it's still fucking.
Look at GJ.
Oh.
Oh, wow. Holy.
Yeah. Boris
Oh my
Johnson.
Wow.
Oh, hello Friday.
Dude,
Man,
like,
I'm so glad I'm not trading New York today.
Damn, that's like a dildo back in the face. Boom. You wanna buy it, GJ?
So
Boom.
GCAT's at a monthly level right now. It's at a
Oh
monthly,
Lord.
6,500.
Oh, this
you
is
know
a,
what? I think this qualifies as a Freaky Friday. Real talk.
yeah, this is a Freaky
yeah,
Friday.
man. For real.
This is super Freaky Friday. What do you mean? GJ went up what 40
This
pips?
size is ridiculous, man. How many pips is that?
That 1 minute candle is 35 pips.
35 pips in like what, a couple seconds. Wow.
Yo, and Rakeel, and to the new traders that were at your Miami boot camp this weekend, this is why exactly I don't trade GJ, bro. You shouldn't be trading GJ to start.
Well, yeah, they just announced Boris Johnson's trying to get an extension again. So.
Oh no, really?
Yeah.
Jay, you're quick on the news, eh? Nice.
Pops up.
Sir, we already sent it in the group. Hello.
The other day, I had a long argument with somebody, and they were saying that, well, like something like this happened, you know, like what happened on GH, and they're like, well, you should be able to tell it from the charts. I'm like, you can.
Come on.
But then they say, but the charts dictate where news is gonna go. I'm like, but this is something you just don't know, you know.
I mean, that whipsaw right there's a clear example. Like, there's nothing indicating that. No price action, no candles, no nothing. It's just one whipsaw after another.
Man, I felt like shaking the guy from his shoulders, like, why don't you understand? You know? This is.
Oh, here we go. It kind of does though. Ooh. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Ready
I'll leave
for
myself.
gold.
Get ready, gold's about to melt.
Yep. It's getting there.
Is gold to go down now? Question mark.
If it breaks this level, it's going down.
It is creating a wick.
That's correct.
Or maybe not. Or maybe it's bouncing. There's too much. There's too much momentum for it to like go back.
Yeah, I would
but
like
then
to-
again, look what happened to GJ, right? But
Yeah,
I don't
that
think.
was-
Yeah, that was GJ. Yeah, that was okay. Yeah, well, sure.
I would like gold to retest that 1503.72 level. Like,
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. And then come straight down.
yeah.
Freaky Friday.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, once this gold wick starts dropping, you're good. I
Man,
think
this Friday has moved like nasty compared to like the last month Fridays, you know?
anyone who puts in sell stops below 1497 is probably going to make a bucket.
Okay, you're not supposed to give out signals.
Alright.
I bet you like 10 people put in like just to.
Yeah. If structure breaks, if we break that support, we're going down to the next zone, right? So you have to think logically. Where would you place a pending order on the anticipation of the breakage, right? You would obviously place it right here. Doesn't that make sense? And then, I don't know, it just seems logical to me.
I still don't believe gold is gonna be that weak to lose that amount of money in one day.
Yeah.
Friday, you know, it's closing the week.
I just have a feeling that when the news comes out for during the NYC Open, that'll be the bucket move. It's funny how everyone says wait for this, wait for that. You should really have a plan already on what your risk is. You shouldn't be saying what should I wait for. You should understand your plan and say, hey, does this make sense? Does it make sense that gold's going to continue to drop, or do I not believe that it's going to continue to drop? And if it isn't, where's gold going next? If you're really trading if you're actually understanding the pair that you're trading.
Yeah, that's why I don't believe gold is going to 1484. That's why, because I don't think gold is gonna lose almost $20. Yeah, $20 one day.
Yeah, but it's possible if you look back.
Yeah, I think 1492 is a very nice zone to drop into. If you look on the 30-minute, and if you look on the hourly, 1492, you can easily come 1494 to 1490. We can easily drop into. So I mean, it's a very good. Ted, my plan is your plan. Well, that's unfortunate. You're going to lose a lot of money doing that. There's multiple problems with having the same plan as me, considering you don't have the same capital, the same experience, or the same risk adverse that I do.
I mean, somebody's saying that it's going to tell me that they don't have any confidence with the trading. You're trying to follow anybody.
Yep, that is very scary.
I mean, if anything, it's coming from a plan which your risk tolerance is, just, follow that, as opposed to say, hey, Ted said this, okay, I'm going to follow. Oh,
Yeah.
Q said this, I'm going to follow.
Hey, is Rakeel on? Rakeel. Coach. Oh, man. Ted.
Yes.
Ted on?
Yeah, I'm here. What's up?
Ted, can I post a chart and you tell me what you think?
Sure.
Okay, it's UCAD, and stop loss would be the weekly trend line.
Okay, what's
I sent the chart on.
Yeah, no, I see it, but I need to see other time frames too.
Oh, I see. So
So
I'm price close back in the weekly timeline. I mean trend line channel, and my TP would be the 200 EMA, which would coincide with a level.
I'd be more concerned. I'd start being concerned right around 132.988. I'd really be concerned at that because on the hour there's a massive rejection there.
Oh, okay, I got it. Thank you, Coach.
So if we do bounce up, it's gonna rip right back up. It seems like the 4 hour just had a pullback, and now it's gonna rip all the way back again. So
Yes.
something to keep in mind.
Well, I agree with you, and I was thinking it's forming the top wick on the time frames, and also I only did it off the 1 hour because in the 1 hour you look left, look at the traffic. So
well, that's the thing, right? Like you're tapping right now into a rejection area, like that that you have directly to the left is a rejection area. So just
I see. Yeah.
So you might find it might be a little bit difficult to get through that, but if you do, then yeah, you have a clean move with the next candle beside it all the way down.
Thank you.
And that'll hit. I assume that's your 200 EMA. That.
Yes.
Yeah. So it would probably track to that level. But I mean, once again, it depends. What happened with the CAD news today? Let's see. I didn't even see the CAD news today. What happened? CAD news was bad, so then you might find it might be difficult for that to drop.
That's weird because GCAD is dropping nasty.
Yeah, because there's worse news with the pound.
But what about GJ? It's flying. It was though. That's crazy. It's so weird. Freaky Friday for real.
Well, GJ is still dropping. It pulled up and then just ripped down.
You're right.
There goes gold starting to create that top wick as we were talking about.
Actually, no, Ted. I think the trade bounce for Canada was pretty good. Well, I would say pretty good. It was better than forecast. Because it was -1, and it was negative
$1 billion. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just by what, 500,000, whatever.
Yeah, something like that.
But nothing substantial. But I think it was better. But I don't think this constitutes as good, quote unquote, good. Because normally, if it's good, it'd be green, but it's just in black, so it's just flipped. But that wouldn't be a catalyst for anything for any strong Canada news, really.
This chart that was just posted by DG, it's way too. I don't understand it. The candles are way too small. Let me see if I can zoom in more. So you're bouncing. I also don't know what the other time frames are. Like working off of one time frame is very difficult. Let me see. Yeah, there's a support right there. I see the same thing, and yeah, it looks like we're bouncing off of that. So that might be a valid trade. It just seems like the 4 hour and the daily is starting to range, so you might get caught in consolidation in that level that you're drawing at.
So since it's not like my time to trade, I only put one position on that UCAD stuff. No, not risking.
Makes sense. Uncle Ted, do you believe in gold buys? We are holding 1496. I want to see another candle before we talk about buying gold at this point, because we still haven't gone through the New York Stock Exchange open, and that can change everything, because that means equity is going to be moving and liquidity is going to be pumped into the market again. So you have to understand how various points in the session work, and you need to go research when there are volume pushes into the market. Alright, gotta make a call.
Ted, Uncle Ted just Trump just tweeted. What a savage, bro.
What's he tweeted?
Breaking news. Like, I mean, he'll play it. Yeah, he'll put it up.
Unemployment rate that day drops to 50-year low. Wow, America. Impeach your president. Even they did not. The swamp is trying to take president out.
Wow. 50-year low. Trump is something else. Oh my gosh. America, let's impeach your president.
Well, I'm gonna save everyone the misery and I'm gonna head off.
Oh,
come on, man.
Yeah.
5 more minutes. 5 more minutes.
Alright,
Yo, you could tell.
Alright, 45 more minutes. 45 more minutes.
No, you could tell. You could tell when Rakeel loses the trade. He mad. He big man. He want to leave early. Like when he wins trades, he's like, "Oh, let's hang out for 15 more minutes." You know?
Trying to find another used to be on till like 11 o'clock, 11:30.
Yeah.
That was before. That was pre-sun for Rakeel.
Yeah.
Man has shit to do, bro.
I know the
feeling. Rakeel, this is why I don't have kids. You know.
Oh, kids are a blessing, man.
Stop, man.
Hey, you guys stop that. Kids are a
Hey,
blessing.
listen, vegans can't have kids, bro. The sperm ain't strong enough.
Shooting dog water.
Shooting dog water.
Your boys ain't swimming.
Hey, you know Eugene Strong when your son looks just like you.
Yeah, look at GJ did not. Oh, what did your USD do? Let's take a look. Your USD.
We got the kangaroo tail.
It got the kangaroo tail. Oh wow. Nothing. Look at that 4 hour. Nothing. The 4 hour didn't even close below support on the 4 hour. Let's bring that green line here. Yeah. Like that. Disgusting. See what EJ did. Ooh, EJ's bullish.
Yeah, EJ flew right after those news from Boris that it was going to be on October.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, but why would it affect that if it's oh, never mind. Euro, never mind.
Yeah, it's Euro.
I'm probably seeing, fam. I'm seeing like London. London. I'm seeing GG5. The previous 4 hours was hella bullish. We're at daily and weekly support, so we should push up. If Alvarez, let me know when you're gonna start trading GJ. I'll guide you through the process.
Bro, that's scary, bro. I see all those dildo candles and that shit just fucks
Oh,
me.
trust. Olivia comes with the whole package. If you get her VIP,
Listen though, I swear, if I get...
Hold on, sorry to cut you off. So, for anybody else, we're part of the Forex family or the streams, we had names for currency pairs. So UJ would be Felicia, GJ would be Olivia, and then EJ we have Natasha.
What was the gold?
We don't have it.
No, gold is LaQuisha, because it's like really neat.
LaQuisha, she's the biggest gold digger on the planet.
Oh wow, y'all using the stereotype.
Olivia, she comes to practically anything you want. That's why Alvarez is probably gonna get her VIP. But you just gotta.
Hey, I want to start trading GJ in February. So.
Oh, perfect. You can do it on my birthday.
Oh, nice. Teach me your ways.
Well, you just, I guess, don't get screwed over from both. That's it.
Sounds simple, but I know it's hard.
Honestly, yeah. The thing is, if there's no pullback, then don't trade it, and don't force yourself into a trade. But when there is, and then there's rejection, then they should trade. That's it. That's what I realized for GJ. I blew too many accounts with that shit.
I would love to see the gold breaking down.
Bro, see, this is why I don't understand Canada. Like, a couple of days ago, it was feeling like 37, and today it's plus 11.
Brother, it feels like fucking minus 10 around here, bro. Fuck.
Which part in Canada are you in? Ontario?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I'm in Brampton right now. It's like, it feels like it's minus 11 or some shit.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I'm in Brampton. I'm out with the dog. I wear my hoodie like usual. I fucking need my winter jacket.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
I'm like on Lakeshore and Park Lawn, like at what is it, West Coast, what's it called?
Oh, yeah, I know what that is. Isn't it cold down there, bro? Because it's so, you're getting late.
Yeah, it's beside the lake too, and I'm walking.
Exactly.
And I should have wore a jacket.
Man, I'm slipped, man.
Yeah, I'm here in Mississauga.
Wow.
I'm here in Florida, man, and it's hot as hell out here.
Yo, these guys are talking about, oh, it's too hot in here. Seriously?
Nah, man, come on. I was at, like, when the hell
My
am I
man's
gonna-
complaining about hot weather. Alright. Sorry to cut you off.
Come on, I'm waiting for my immigration papers.
Okay.
I'd rather be in JA right now, for real. You can already show.
Alex, I hope you're right. Retest of 50.03 and continue now.
This 1503.70, and I'm taking sales.
Yeah, so am I. It's gonna be perfect retest.
If maybe
Hopefully the market opens up and it gives it a nice push and a strong pullback.
yeah, Yeah, I'm waiting for the New York stock open. That will make the moves, I hope. But the weekly didn't flip on the gold, so that is still something.
Well, on the last NFP, I remember seeing gold continue to move at like 10 o'clock, 10:30 again, push like same amount it pushed at the NFP.
I'm waiting for that. I'm hoping this was a retest and then.
Yeah, just wait 7 minutes. The New York Stock Exchange is gonna open, but then gold's gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was that the other day, I think it was yesterday. I remember you were showing the chart with the you know how gold did the same thing the past 2 days at a New York Open and London. It continued to move from London to New York. It didn't break below London Open. I had the same markup too. The same exact thing I saw. Crazy.
That would have been a high track for NFP, but it's a bit too late for that.
Ballers?
So, nothing exciting. Nothing exciting happened.
Hey, we're waiting.
Oh, what's this? Someone's taking sells on USD CAD. Oh, daily. Yeah, this support is going to be pretty hard to break. This support, 1496. Once the support breaks, we're heading down straight to 1484. But that's a challenge now, right? I mean, either you call it a day on a Friday early, or you wait for something to go bearish, to close bearish, to finish bearish, so that you can say, okay, now we're heading down. The worst thing you can do is sell now and then anticipate the next candle to go bearish. Please don't do that. What time is the New York Stock Exchange open? Let's do this.
9:30.
Nobody's showing you the secret, top secret, wonderful website.
Oh,
secret website.
4 minutes.
All right. Oh, 9:30
New York
a.m.
Stock Exchange.
Whoa!
Whoa! 9:30.
Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, Eastern Standard Time.
Where's the East?
Oh, it says right here, opens soon. When does it close? 4 p.m. Saturday and Sunday they'll
Does it
close.
open on the weekend?
Let me check here. No. No. What website is that? Oh no, I'm not gonna tell you. That's a super secret website.
Oh, 10 seconds. 5.
Yeah, I think it's going down. If you take a look on 5 minutes, it could be a nice resistance for, yeah, no sense, but it could be.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Let's see how this next 15 plays out.
I feel like if you're looking at it on the 5, if you could maybe make like, 3, 4 candles, 5 candles, it kind of shows it a little clearer than the 15,
Yeah.
Because you only see like 1 candle on the 15, and you don't. It's like, shit, should I wait longer?
Yeah, but you see here 3 candles, so.
Oh yeah.
And everything closed. Yeah. Oh, nice. I should take the sales, but yeah, I think it's going down. So that weak, not weak. Support. I would love to see the movement, exactly what happened on October 13th. That would be an awesome today. It pushed down, bounced up, back, then pushed again down, bounced up, back, and then it flew down. Just break everything it had, every support, everything.
Oh, look at this. Is this the start of the move down?
Cycle. It looks like that.
Yeah, I mean, if you can have, yeah, if you can have stop at like 1501, 1502, you're good. Down here, and then down to 1490. But then again, I mean, there's like half an hour left for the next hour, so it might consolidate here, and in the next hour it might break down. Like, gold has been moving a lot at like 11 a.m. last 2-3 weeks.
Yeah.
You
Any
know?
reason why that is?
Just like market shift. Market.
Keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, like it happens every like 2-3 months. 2-3 months you'll see that some moves are going to shift. They shift an hour early, an hour before, you know, or an hour later. That could also be the like the end of the year too, like the last quarter of the year.
So you're saying that doesn't really happen in the beginning, mid-year, and then end of the year it's gonna happen.
Summertime it was happening before, you know, but now like we've been noticing it's happening after. So that's something new we've been noticing now.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Wow, GJ has no direction at all. I think price is going up. Pretty sure. Happened last time. Felipe, I think it'll be much more intelligent of you to post a chart. If you could post a chart with your bias, that's perfect. We'll send you a pic in Insta. No, don't bother. This is what gets you banned here from the stream, so I'm telling you this right now. You know, because you have to prove your analysis. It's not like prove, but you have to show your analysis. What are you thinking? Yeah, it
breaks down.
Should continue down.
Yeah, but I think it's going down.
Did that last 5-minute pull up?
Yeah.
It's closed.
Continue down to 1495, and then drop further.
I would enter it 14.95 and I enter it, close it 90, 92, 91. That would be
nice.
Enough for me.
Yeah, I got a sell stop right below that little support.
People will buy gold and Bitcoin. Oh, who's that? Dwayne Brown. I wonder who's in a big drawdown right now.
I'm looking at the 1 hour on gold, and I think it's just retesting that break there for the 1500.
Yeah, I think so too. Majorly, I'm waiting for this 30-minute to close to see how it closes.
Yeah, now if it closes something like a wick like this, right, Rakeel, if you look on the 30-minute, would you say that it's invalid?
For sells?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't take sells then. Like, it needs to be a healthy 30-minute candle.
Mm-hmm.
People still trying to figure out gold.
Do you think gold will break support?
Just let it be. Let it be. It's Friday. Don't go as we can't take in a loss if you don't have to. And if we think logically, even if gold breaks 1496 or wherever we are, or it breaks up, you have basically from 1510 all the way to 1520, and you have 1490 all the way down to 1484. So you have lots of time to find a position either on the downside or the upside. You don't have to catch it right at the break either way. So just understand that philosophy and your way of trading will change. I'm not panicking at all that we didn't break 1496 or 1497. It doesn't bother me, because if it goes up, I know we have from 1510 all the way to 1520, and if it goes down, I know we have from 1490 all the way to 1480. I'm okay with that. There's lots of time to collect money. Don't be so panicked on one day. Think long term. Think next week, next Monday, next Tuesday, next Wednesday. Just really, really put yourself in that perspective. You have to do that. You really have to. Everybody's trading like today is the last day of Forex, and there's nothing left after this.
But do you think it will make that kind of move up or down because it's Friday? Or
But here's the thing: if it does, who cares? Even if you miss it, who cares?
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing, is people have to understand that there's certain times where the market will move and it will have a big move, and it's okay. You missed it. It didn't work out. You move on. That's it. And you will miss moves all the time. You will miss moves every day. You will miss gold going $20. You'll miss gold moving $30. You'll miss GJ moving 20, 30, 40 pips, 60 pips. You'll miss that. You just get used to it. Just absorb that and say, hey, you know what? Next time I have to be more conscious of what's happening. How do I plan this better next time? If it's Friday, do I really want to take that chance? You know, things of that nature. You just have to let it go. Because, I mean, if you look at gold right now, gold dropped in the last, 15-minute candle, went all the way down to 1497. Now it's at 1501. You can't trade that even if you tried. It makes no sense. It makes no sense to try and trade something that is doing what it's doing right now. The pull downs, the pull ups. Look for the big candles and the big moves. And if you know what, if we break 1504, yeah, maybe we go back to 15010. Maybe that's an opportunity. But it's also Friday. Don't need to worry about it.
Hey, Monday is going to be exciting. I remember, Ted, you said
yeah,
Monday, Friday will continue Friday's move.
Yeah, exactly. We'll get a continuation of Friday's move. So if it's going up right now on Monday, we'll get a continuation.
Yeah. Gold has moved so much on each day, but on the weekly candle it's probably the same. It's maybe a little bit, you know.
That's right. Yeah, it's just people are scared that they're not going to make money in the markets. There's like this fear of the fact. No, but it honestly is. When you look at people's reactions, the first thing people do is they jump into the chat, and I see on YouTube especially, is gold going up? Is gold going down? Are we in trades yet? What are we doing? It's like there's a fear that they've missed opportunities, and I don't know where that fear comes from. You know what? There are sales going on in the store right now for your favorite shoes, for your favorite T-shirts. Why aren't you panicking about that? Like, why are you, your life should be a whole panic. If you're panicking just about the market and not making a move, your life should be a total panic. You should be panicking that, you know, you just missed the opening segment of a TV show. You should be panicking that you missed the opening night of a movie. You're panicking that you missed the opening night for the night of the Leafs game. You should be panicking you weren't the first person on the bus. Like, your whole life should be a panic, because you're just enamored with, like, oh my gosh, I missed. But if you don't care about when you get on the bus, if you don't care about traffic, if you don't care about not being the first one in line at McDonald's, if you don't care about all those things, you shouldn't care about trading in that same respect. Because it's like, you know, the 40-year-old virgin, when they talk about putting pussy on a pedestal, that is what you're doing with trading. You're putting trading on a pedestal. Like, if you don't do it, you're nothing. Go watch 40-year-old virgin when they're standing outside and they turn around and they tell them not to put pussy on a pedestal. Same thing with trading. Don't put trading on a pedestal, because it will just wreck your mind. It will just destroy you. Trading is there. It will always be there. There will always be opportunities. You will always miss opportunities. Your goal every day is to plan out one idea and see if that idea comes to fruition. If that idea doesn't come to fruition, you're done. You go to the next day and the next day, and it just becomes a routine. Right? Today, Rakeel said buy stop, sell stop. He took a sell stop. The sell stop got activated. He took 15 pips. He's done. That's it. That was his idea the whole entire day. That's all he spoke about was, this is what I want to do for gold, guys. Hey, just, you know, I just want to let you know that we're going to do the sell stop on gold because I think we're going down, guys. That's it. That's it. So, you know, that's all I'm doing, one trade, and then I'm going to the gym. Going to go work on my back or my biceps. That's it, guys. One trade. And you see, he's gone. Where is he? He's left. And yet people are still sitting here and they're still trying to chase things. Well, what if gold goes here? What if gold goes there? You can't do that anymore. It doesn't matter. Make one idea, your own idea, and what you need to say to yourself is, if I have an idea in the YouTube chat, in the Zoom chat, wherever I'm chatting, I have to present my idea, I have to use 3 time frames, and I have to show everybody. Guys, I've been studying this chart for the last whatever, how many days, how many weeks, how many hours, whatever time frame you want to say, and I believe that this is going to be my idea for my trade. That is what you have to get used to. That is how you have to react in the markets. Plan out your idea, and this is the only thing that you want to work on. It's like when you go to the bar tonight, Friday night, or, you know, wherever it is in your time, and you see the one girl, you look at her and say, that's the girl I want to talk to tonight. You don't change directions because you see another girl. You have to focus just the one girl. Hey, that's the girl I'm going to talk to. If it doesn't work out, hey, that's it. That's okay. I'll come back to the bar tomorrow night. I'm not going to go from girl to girl to girl, because the other girls will see you doing that and they're not going to want to talk to you. They're going to see that you're just jumping from person to person. Hey, what's going on? Can I buy you a drink? Can I buy you a drink? Can I buy you a drink? Don't do that. You focus on one thing. You have your goal in mind, but then you say, well, Ted, how do I know? Well, you take a look at the girl. If she's looking back at you, maybe she smiles. Maybe she gives you a sign that she's interested in you. If not, you don't approach that girl. That's okay. You have to plan everything. Everything in your life is just a nice plan. Just put it together, give yourself a nice idea, and go and execute. That's it. You don't sit there and go, well, which girl? Which girl? Is it that girl? Is it this girl? Oh man, I'm going to meet a girl tonight. Don't put that pressure on yourself. Just have an idea, put it together, think it out, and then present it. That's it. It's just so easy to do something and just entertain yourself and just take your time. And you know, like, people are just really, you know, just really, really understand that.
One thing I noticed, Ted, was you were looking at 1513, which was like, maybe most people would probably have looked at that and probably wouldn't have even looked at that wick at the top. But you were thinking like long term kind of thing, you know what I mean? And you were waiting for it. You just waited.
It'll eventually get back here.
Okay, so I'm gonna head off. I'm gonna go to the gym, do some
Raja.
cardio time today.
Have a nice weekend.
Love you, coach.
Yeah, man, you too. We'll see you soon.
Yeah, everyone.
I love you too, coach.
Dutch.
Take it
I
easy.
love you, coach. Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Take it easy.
Hey, don't
Alex,
get right there, eh?
Hey, relax,
Alex, I
relax.
love you too, buddy.
Toodles.
So, you know.
So, you know. So we're
Rack
go-
it up,
Raja.
So we're gonna go for some cardio today.
Rack it up, fam. Rack it up.
All the soccer moms come to the gym at this time.
That should be my doorbell on my door. Rack it up.
Rack it up. Rack it up.
Good morning, good morning.
Yeah, I'm gonna record his voice
it
one
up.
day.
Rack it up.
Someone rings the doorbell at night. Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Let's play a lot.
Rack it up. Rack it up.
No, that just no, that sounds like an annoying parrot or something.
Yeah, rack it up.
Exactly.
Rack it up.
There's no teaching the parrots to say that. Rack it up, rack it up.
Imagine you have a parrot. Yeah, it's true. You walk in and like, rack it up. Rack it up. Bear eyes. Bear eyes.
Oh boy.